Okay, what is going on, everyone? I think we are live now. This is my first stream live, so this thing might be a little bit choppy here, but I think we're going to figure this out. Got my earpod in, make sure that my audio is actually working here. Okay, sweet. All right, so for those who are here right now, whoops. So if you are here right now, go ahead and just send your Helium on your name in the chat, or if you do have a question, we can take a look at that as well. Oops. Get my face out of there. Okay. I think everything is smooth now. All right. So I just want to talk about what is up, Brian. Thanks for joining us today. So for those of you here who do not have a hotspot name to send in yet, also if you do have an area, maybe you don't have a helium miner yet, if you have an area you want me to check out, I can pull it up on the map here. If you know the closest hotspot kind of in your hex, I can look that up, or I can just try and find your city as well and look it up that way, and we can kind of go over it that way. I also got Hotspotty. If you guys don't use Hotspotty already, you definitely should use Hotspotty because it is really, really good. Okay, Brian, let's go ahead and look up Fast Hazelnut Chipmunk. Fast Hazelnut Chipmunk. Okay. Go ahead. When did you, or how long have you been set up? Looks like longer than the month. Okay. So let's go ahead and we'll zoom out here. I want to look at your area. Let's also turn on transmit scale so we can see what your transmit, everything around. Okay, so it looks like you are 8 meters up. You have a 5.8 dBi. Where 2 months about. Okay, where are you located? Is it in a window? Are you in an attic? Is this outdoors? Let me know that. I'm also going to look you up over here on Hotspotty so I can see actual elevation and whatnot. Try and make it a little more helpful. It's in your attic. You need to get it outside. Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. If it's outside, 100% it's going to be better. Also, don't know why. There we go. Pulled it up here. And is everything on there correct, right? You have a 5.8 dBi. Is that from rack or who you have that one through? Let's see. Okay, so your rewards are definitely down. Let's zoom in a little more here. Status, you're not relayed, so that's good. I feel like you definitely should be making more. You should be able to, I don't know why you're, have you been able to witness these other hotspots, or is this just a glitch on Helium Explorer right now that I'm only seeing one witness? Because you should definitely have more than one witness. Unless your elevation, unless you're pretty low here and there's a lot of buildings kind of right in this area. It's from Rockland. Okay, yeah, Rockland's a pretty solid one. I also don't know why this didn't pull me to your location on the map so I can look at it this way. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that is weird that it's only showing you have one witness on here. Is that usual for you? I mean, what's your I guess what's your usual witness count? Are you around like 15, 20? Because you only have one witness on here. This did actually happen to me on my hotspot. My witness list did kind of refresh for some reason and restarted. I don't know why. Yeah, I honestly do not know why. You only get that one guy to your north. That is weird. You should easily be able to hit these hexes. Are there a lot of buildings or is there like hilly terrain here? Because for some reason it's not letting me look you up on Hotspotty, find your actual location, which is annoying. Because if you do have a lot of houses right here that are blocking your view, or if you're in a one-story house and then in your attic, if you have a lot of stuff here blocking your view, that is probably the main reason why you're not really getting all of these trees. Okay, yeah, you have a lot of trees, so that is probably a pretty big barrier right there. So definitely, I think to improve your setup, you're just going to need to get it outside. Now, there's a lot of ways you can do that. I would suggest you don't even have to get your whole miner actually outside, right? You can actually just run a cable from your miner in your attic through your soffits, and then run that cable up to your roof for your antenna. So that's what I would suggest you do, is get that up higher. You might even want to do a pole up on your roof as well if you can in your area. I know some people don't want to do that, but definitely getting that up on top of your roof is going to increase your earnings. Especially if one witness is normal for you, you're going to want to get that up as high as you can outside, kind of above those trees if you can even, so you can see all of these ones right here. Yeah, definitely put it through the soffit. That's going to help you a lot. Okay, let's go back here. We had Fierce, Cyan, Crane. I like that name, actually. That's pretty good. It's better than mine. Mine's kind of lame. Okay, in Calgary, let's see. That is pretty good. Fierce Cayenne Crane. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That is amazing. $47? Oh, sorry. I thought I was looking at the 24-hour. But $7 for 24 hours is actually okay. I think the average right now, after all the Helium kind of network downages, what is around like 0.2 to 0.6. But definitely just looking at this right now, your main problem is obviously the transmit scale. Your transmit scale isn't the big issue because that doesn't really matter as much. What really matters is the transmit scale of the hotspots you're witnessing. And obviously you're witnessing a lot of other poor transmit scale hotspots. Seems like you're in a pretty saturated area. Let's see, you are good though on heights. You're 10 meters up and 8 dBi. Is that accurate too? 8 dBi and 10 meters. If so, that's pretty good. Let's see if you say anything there in the chat. But okay, yeah, so that is accurate. Okay, so the only way I think you could improve is getting more height so you could see these hotspots all the way out here. But I don't know if that's going to be possible for you if you're just, I don't know what your situation is. Is that outdoor, indoor, in an attic, in a window? Because your witness count is pretty good. Same with your beacons, even though it is down, but your witness count is pretty good. You're almost doing 10 helium a month, which is kind of what my target range is for any hotspot that I deploy, is around 10 helium a month. I think that's a pretty good rate. So you're almost there. Let's see if you say anything about it. It's in an attic, upstairs, on a roof. But your only other option there, if it is inside or in an attic, is get it outside, get it higher. You're only 10 meters up. That's not that high. Okay, so you are on the roof with an extended antenna. Okay, so that is pretty high then. So, yeah, I mean, you can't do much. I mean, your setup sounds pretty good. Yeah, it looks like there is something probably blocking your view kind of right in this area, because you should be able to hit all of these. And if you could hit all of these green hexes right here, you would be making a lot more. That is true. Yeah, Fortnite Beast. The 8 dBi antenna might be shooting over the top of those other hotspots. That is true because it is an 8 dBi. I'll pull up this image I have here. So, right, your 8 dBi higher antenna, you're kind of shooting out that straight line. So, it might honestly be worth it for you to consider dropping down more between this 5 dBi, 5 to 6.5 dBi antenna, just because of the fact that you are probably missing over a lot of hotspots closer to you. There's a lot of hotspots in here that you probably are shooting directly over. So, that is a good point. Fortnite Beast, thank you. Okay, let's take a look at another one. But yes, so final suggestion is I would definitely maybe consider trying a new antenna. Because yeah, like he said, you can definitely increase your witnesses because it looks like even though these are low transmit things, if your antenna is not able to hit this up here, your best bet is witnessing more hotspots down here in this area. Okay, let's take a look at another one. Let's see here. Mini Fern Goose. Okay, hope you're still here, Mini Fern Goose. Let's take a look at that. Another one over here in Canada. Okay, you're saying that yours is stuck on syncing and transmit scale is low. Okay, Mini Fern Goose, say Clayton, when did you set this up? Or how long ago did you set it up? Looks like it's been running for 30 days. You got a rack wireless, 12 dBi. You have definitely flatlined here. Okay. So definitely the first thing that I'm going to recommend is your dBi. You're at 12 dBi. You probably do need to bring that down because you are definitely, like we just saw here, those higher dBi, you're shooting out in a straight line. Yeah, okay, so you're shooting out in a straight line with that. Also, I believe with Proof of Coverage 11 here, they did change things, so they're kind of trying to steer people away from those super high dBi antennas to fit regulation for local laws or whatever, I can't remember. So if you do have that 12 dBi in your area that might be against the regulatory allowed limit, I guess. So if that is not allowed in your area, Proof of Coverage 11 might be somewhat punishing here. Let's see. Yeah, so you need to definitely update your antenna here. So do you have a 12 dBi on right now? Is that the antenna you have on now, I guess? Let's see here. I do know a lot of the rack wirelesses. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, for what Fortnite is saying, yeah. So Clayton, you're definitely gonna want to come down in dBi. That 12 dBi, Helium with Perfect Coverage 11, they're definitely trying to keep people away from those crazy high dBis. So I would definitely suggest probably come down here into the 5 dBi range because even the witnesses that you could see here, you're missing a lot. Like you should be able to hit all of these ones in the green right here. Especially because the terrain doesn't look too crazy right now. So yeah, I would definitely bring down that dBi. I would switch to a much lower dBi. As far as syncing, I know Rack was dealing with a lot of issues and a lot of their hotspots stuck in this syncing loop. I can't remember what the exact fix was for that. I think they're still rolling out updates for that. But have you tried power cycling it and all of that and soft resetting it? Yeah. Okay, yeah, you say you're going to switch to 5 dBi. Definitely switch to 5 dBi ASAP because that is going to definitely hurt you. Let's see. Okay, what else do we have here? Let's go ahead and take a look at Fortnite Beast. But Mini Fern Goose, again though. So dBi, bring that down. Try power cycling your hotspot a couple of times. If that doesn't work, you need to join the Discord group because they definitely talk about this for the Rack Wireless ones. because a lot of people have been having this exact same issue where their racks are stuck in a syncing loop, and I think they're trying to roll out updates to fix that. But okay, let's take a look at Able Midnight Raven. Okay, you're upgrading to 5G hotspot. If you want to upgrade to 8 dBi. Okay. All right, yeah, let's take a look at this. Okay, sorry. I'm trying to read both chats here, guys. Make sure I'm getting everyone. Okay, so Able Midnight Raven. This is Fortnite Beast. All right, let's take a look here. So you're 30 days here. Only 3 helium in this area. And you are at 0.2 today. So it definitely looks like you had a big uptick today. So that is a good sign. You probably were definitely affected by the whole network outages here. Looks like you did take a really big dip there. Okay, so let's take a look here at your area. So definitely you have a 5.8 dBi. That is weird that you are not hitting more of these hotspots. Do you usually hit these hotspots right here? Or is the Helium Explorer just a little bit behind on updating these witnesses? Because if you are usually hitting all these other hotspots right here, that is a good thing. If you are not, then it is definitely an issue you have with your antenna probably. Or your line of sight. Let's see what you say here. Okay. Yeah. So let's see if we can find your name actually. If I can take a look at your terrain area here on Hotspotty. Okay, just outside of Kenneth. I don't know why this is not bringing me into the exact place. Okay, you're right there. And does look like you have a little bit of hilly terrain. Look at the other hotspot in your hex, okay? Let us take a look. Assuming you're talking about this guy, because he is in your hex. And what is your setup like? Are you in an attic? Are you outdoors? Are you upstairs in a window? Yeah, what's your setup looking like right now? He definitely is getting more witnesses so far, at least. Your terrain definitely doesn't look too crazy on the map as far as super hilly or anything above. 15 foot above roof lane on a strip mall. Okay, you're on a strip mall. That is interesting. I've never heard of anyone doing that. I like that idea though. Yeah, I can kind of see that here on the map now, actually. The buildings down there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying. Okay. So yeah, 5G in your area would probably be really good just because you are right there in the strip mall, right? So that's a lot of foot traffic there, a lot of people there with their phones, 5G, or a lot of potential 5G devices. My only thing with 5G at the moment is it's not really exactly ready to fully roll out to where people are going to benefit completely. I think right now a Freedom Fi hotspot is $1,000. I'm pretty sure it's $1,000 or something like that. Super hard to get your hands on too, at least. Well, I don't know. I think you can still get your hands on them some places. But yeah, so 5G, I'm still kind of on the line. I know that's the way the network is trying to go, but at this moment, unless you do have a good location, like you do have a good location where 5G would probably benefit, I wouldn't suggest it for most people. But if you are in an area where there is a strip mall and you are going to have a lot of traffic, I think potentially buying a 5G one is worth it. But right now, you're not going to see any heavy rewards for 5G, I don't think. But it doesn't hurt to put your 5G hotspot there now and move. Let's see, what is this other hotspot you have here? And move your racks somewhere else. It wouldn't hurt. But like I just said, though, they're not exactly like. You're on the lower side of the hex. Okay. Yeah, so they're not exactly. 5G is not exactly ready to completely roll out. But if you kind of want to future proof it, it would not hurt to throw that there. Honestly, it would not. But for this current one, I don't know why you're not witnessing more hotspots here. I definitely think. I mean, you're up on top of a roof, 15 feet above roof line. You might want to try another antenna, maybe a higher DBI actually. If you are up high enough, you might be able to get away with a higher DBI. If not, though, with your rack, I know a lot of racks did flatline for quite a while. I'm seeing here, yeah, you did have quite a few days where, yeah, rewards were like almost zero. So that's just a problem with these racks they've been having, and I know they're trying to fix it. So I would just definitely stay up to date with everything in the Discord and make sure your hotspot is up to date. I know also with a lot of the racks, other people who kept having problems did need to replace their SD cards as well. Okay, let's look at Cool Ivory Shell now. Okay, so you got a Bobcat here. You're a 4 dBi, so you've got the stock antenna. You got 5 meters. French Penguin, my guy. Let's see. You're in a second floor window with a stock Bobcat miner. You have an 8 dBi antenna. Stock 8 dBi antenna with mounting equipment for roof planning, 12 meters. Just not installed yet. Okay, yeah, so definitely once you get on the roof, you're going to be able to see a lot more. It is definitely good. Wow, holy probably I don't know if I can say that on live stream without getting demonetized. But just looking over here in New York, that is ridiculous. Some of these have 45 hotspots in a hex. That's actually disgusting. Okay, my bad. Cool Ivory Shell. We're going to come back to you here. Just got distracted by how gross that is right there. Okay, so let's see what you're doing here. Over the last 30 days, you're at 6.1, so not quite around that 10 helium that I usually aim for. But with 6.1, that's not too bad, $223. Let's see. Yes, you did mention you are going to try and get it onto the roof. And I think that is definitely the move for you. Getting it onto the roof, the LMR 600 cable. That's definitely a good cable. It's going to give you the least amount of loss. Yeah, honestly, you're not doing too bad so far. For being where it is, sounds like it's inside, say, a second floor window. For being where it is right now, you're actually doing pretty good. I think once you get this up on top of your roof, you said you're playing an 8 dBi antenna. I don't know so much about an 8 dBi antenna. Let's see. Let me take a look at your actual terrain here. Let's see, I also do not feel like that pulled me to the right place. Okay. So you're not relayed, great. You only missed 1 or 2, okay. Yeah, so if you already ran your thing there, yeah, it actually doesn't look like your area is too crazy. It looks fairly flat here to where, yeah, you should be able to hit quite a few of these. Honestly, up right here, if you do have an 8 dBi and you are able to kind of hit everything out towards here, I think you're going to kill it with that 8 dBi antenna once you get that installed. So my only suggestion is, what are you waiting for, man? Get that thing installed because you're going to make a whole lot more once that is up on your roof and installed. And I would leave it for probably at least 2 or 3 weeks. I do think it is still worth it potentially trying a 5.8 dBi antenna or somewhere in that range. Because if you are able to still hit a lot of these green hexes here, you'll probably make more money hitting all of these greens than hitting, a lot of these reds right here, right? So yeah, my only suggestion is go ahead and get that up that you're just afraid of the grounding. So grounding is not that big of a deal. I mean, sorry, it is a big deal, but it's not that hard. You can buy lightning arresters. I think you might be able to get them actually right from. Yeah, so you get them right off of the Rack Wireless store, okay? So definitely pick yourself up a lightning arrestor. 100% pick yourself up run and run it to a grounding rod, or if you have a grounding place already on your roof, that's great. But if not, run it to a grounding rod, run that all the way into the ground. You do not want to get your antenna hit because you do not want to fry your helium miner. So definitely ground it, get it up there, do it the right way, spend the extra $30, $40, $50, whatever it is to get it grounded properly, and you'll be in good hands. All right. So yeah, definitely just go ahead and get that installed and get that grounded. There's plenty of videos out there on YouTube, but it is actually it's pretty easy. Okay. Let's take a look down here. Anyone else with any more hotspot names? Okay, I don't see any more names yet. So I will mention that I was in the Discord and the Reddit. I could not find the Discord post again, but someone did bring up a good point here about what they talked about in the Discord. If you're not in the Helium Discord, definitely go over and join that. But I did find the post on Reddit. So what someone said is, this is right from the Discord group, which I read as well, that the Helium network aims to create 83,000 H&T per day, a total of 2.5 million per month. And the validators are the ones who create the blocks, right? And they have been missing their goal, okay? So the validators have not been able to keep up with the network currently, so I know that this is probably a problem. So it says they're only able to hit around 64,000. This was a couple days ago, but the target is 83,000 blocks a day of helium. But a couple days ago, they were only able to hit 64,000 in that day. And this has been a pretty kind of consistent thing going on right now. So the validators are not able to keep up with the network just because there are so many freaking people coming onto the network. And it is so expensive to become a validator. I wish Helium would do something about that to bring the cost down, because if they could bring that cost down and get more validators on the actual network, it's going to be a lot better for everyone, right? Because we're going to be able to hit those target blocks every single day and not have days like a couple days ago where, you miss the block goal by almost 20,000 blocks, right? So let's see. So, okay, yeah. So that is one thing that might be affecting a lot of people's earnings. Is that validators just are not able to really keep up with the network. I mean, the network is going pretty crazy. Almost at 500,000 hotspots, which is, whoops, just shook my camera. Sorry, guys. Which is absolutely bonkers, and it's definitely not slowing down anytime. So I probably would assume that things are going to get even more crazy here over the next couple months. I really do hope new validators come onto the network, because yikes if they do not. Or I hope they bring that cost to become a validator down significantly, because it's kind of ridiculous. Also, for anyone watching here, I do also just want to mention my results here. So this is my phone right here, and this is my testing. Now, I actually have mine inside, mainly because I am actually renting at the place I'm at right now. But my landlord did say, I talked to him, he did say I could put it on the roof if I really wanted to. So I might end up doing that. But this is kind of what I'm doing right now. So this was my stock antenna right here. This one on the right. This was my stock antenna. I had 132 witnesses. This is in the attic. And by switching to that 5.8 dBi from Rack Wireless, you can see just how ridiculous those earnings increased, right? I doubled the amount of witnesses I had, which was pretty huge. So I definitely think a lot of people who are rocking stock antennas, you're going to need to update those. In most cases, stock antenna is just not going to get you where you want to go. Okay. So I kind of want to go back to Fortnite Beast here. Gosh, I keep hitting this, guys. Sorry. Able Midnight Raven. You said something about Okay, yeah, the guy has his indoors. I'm assuming he's probably doing more than. So he has his indoors and he's doing that. That is definitely interesting. And you were doing. I mean, you're definitely beating him, though, for indoor. I mean, you're almost doubling his rewards, though, even though his is indoors. Um, I definitely think your main problem is that you've just had so many days where yours is flatlined. Do you know, has yours always been constantly connected um, to. Are you power over Ethernet? What do you have going on there? Or are you like using Wi-Fi? I'm assuming you're power over Ethernet. I would assume that. See if you say anything. If you are still here, Fortnite Beast. Juan Carlos. I honestly have no idea. I don't know. I have no idea if it is working over there. I have not seen anything about that. But Able Midnight Raven, I would assume that your hotspot probably might be having some connectivity issues, or it's like constantly cycling off. Because you have a lot of times where you're just, I mean, you were flatlined for a really long time, and you've kind of flatlined out again, and you had a lot of dips. So I think you might have an issue with connection, or your hotspot cycling or powering off without you knowing. So I'm not sure what your setup looks like, but I would definitely look into that. Okay. Any other questions? Anyone else have any hotspots to review or any questions just about the Helium network? Now is the time. Oh, while we are here, unless anyone has any hotspot names or questions, it is important to note that fastminers.io, I am not actually affiliated with them at all, but they do have Helium miners. And I believe today, they actually have a lot of miners. And today, sometime, they are going to be launching batch 2, or at least making it available, batch 2 for their SenseCap miners. I did order one for batch 1. I don't know, guys. They seem legit. There's a lot of buzz about them. A lot of people have been saying that they have received it. In their Telegram, they are actually really active in responding to people and answering questions. So the better side of me wants to believe it is legit because I did buy. I did buy one of these. I bought one of these in batch 1, and they're 3 to 5 business days shipping. It's a 21-day lead time, so I should have mine in about a month or so. I'm not exactly sure when I will have mine. But the one thing I don't like about it is they do make you pay in crypto, which is not a big deal. Paying in crypto, it's cool, paying in crypto and making crypto back, that's cool. But I hate it because, especially with these newer companies that pop up, because you don't know if they're actually legit. So, if they scam me or don't, send my hotspot for 4 or 5 months and just kind of go off and shut down this website, right? There's no way for me to get that crypto back. So that's why I like when people allow me to pay with a credit card, because I can, file a chargeback or whatever and get that money back. Anyways, so for those of you looking, if you are willing to take that risk, they are doing another drop sometime today of their sense caps. I have seen other people already receive their Milosite, their Panther, and their Fenestra. Also same with the Aware and the Sense Edge Mini. So they have a bunch of different miners here all in stock. I think all of them do ship immediately. Besides the sense cap, they're shipping in batches. Let's see. How do you turn on the height map on Hotspotting? Okay, yeah. Good question. So all you do, it's pretty easy. Up here in the settings, you click on the appearance settings, and then you're going to go down to elevation contours, and you'll go ahead and click that on, and that will allow you to see, as you see in the background, it's popping on and off. That will allow you to see the different heights for your area. I think I actually turned it back off. Okay. Yeah. So, okay, this being frustrating, and there we go. Yeah, okay, so that's how you turn that on. Super, super helpful to use that, especially when you're scouting out new areas to place things, It's really, really nice. Minor yet, but you're wanting to put it behind a curtain would hurt productivity. I would do this to keep it out of direct sunlight. Okay, JB Yanks. So putting it behind a curtain probably is not going to be a big deal. Um, Definitely not going to be that big of a deal. Curtain's not going to do much, but you do want to make sure if you are putting it in the window, but also if you do put it in the sun, that's not also going to be a big deal as well either. Especially because most of these are, I don't have my Helium miner actually, I don't know what I was looking for, but like my Sense Cap back there, most of these are metal frames, so being right in the sun, it's not going to really hurt it that much. It's not going to get too hot. But if you do want to put it behind the curtain, that is totally fine. Probably not going to have any significant loss on that. I definitely would suggest not. I don't know. Windows are a little bit tricky depending on when your house was built because these new windows now are those super heavy duty, like double pane windows, right? So they can actually reflect quite a lot of your DBI and make you lose a significant amount of gain having it right next to a window. So do be weary of that. Especially do not put it in front of the window that has the window screen. You probably already know that. But do not put it in front of the window that has the window screen. I would definitely suggest maybe getting it into your attic even. It's probably going to be a lot better in your attic if you have an attic or if you have the chance to get it somewhere like in an attic. Okay. Yeah, so Fast Miners, guys, check it out. They also have, I'm a big fan of Planet Watch. So I would definitely check out. They have some Planet Watch sensors as well, which is pretty exciting. The MX2, the XM2 Pro, I've heard a lot about this, but I honestly don't know if it's worth $3,000. For what they make, I don't know. I don't know. You tell me if you think that's worth it. Or is anyone else here into Planet Watch? I love Planet Watch. It's actually a sliding glass door. Yeah, I mean, same thing though with the sliding glass doors. Those are usually pretty heavy duty double pane glass, and that is probably going to reflect quite a bit of your gain or your DBI, sorry, your signal, I guess. So that might be a little bit of a problem for you. You might lose a little bit of gain. You'll definitely make more. I have seen some people, depending on what your house is made out of, right? If you have brick on the outside, stucco, or whatever. Depending on what the outside of your house is, I have seen a lot of people have a lot more success sometimes putting their like antenna like back here on like a wall, or I guess if this pegboard right here was like my window, right, they'd put it like right here pinned up on the wall next to the window and actually have a little bit better success because getting through the material of the drywall and the brick or in the stucco, whatever, on the outside of the house was actually less DBI loss than going directly through the window. French Penguin UK, yeah, you got 3 Type 3s, 1 Type 1. How? Oh, okay, you have 1 Type 1 coming. Okay, yeah, I'm curious to know how that's gonna work for you. Are you in a Tier 1 area or a Tier 2 area? Brian, you've got the Type 4 aware sensors. You're waiting to receive an email. Yeah, a lot of people are waiting. They are crazy right now. I would pull up the Planet Watch page, but it's gonna pull up my address and all that, and I can't blur that on live stream, so we're gonna leave that out. Oh, French Print. Okay, good, nice. You're in a Tier 1 area. Yeah, so you're probably expecting to make bank. Like, you're gonna make some good money if you're in a Tier 1 area, especially if no other sensors come into your area. I do wish that they would update their freaking map because I'm pretty sure where I live in now would be a Tier 1 area, but their data they are using is pretty old. I'm pretty sure it's pretty old. It's a couple years old for population density, and I live in a pretty dense area now. So I think my area would be Tier 1 if they did update it, but, not much you can do about that. I think they mentioned they're trying to look at updating it in 2022. Nothing really definite, though. Brian, you've got Type 4 sensors. Nice. Do you have the, okay, you just have Aware. Sorry, guys. I cannot read right now. So I have an Aware right now at my parents' house. I got that little box right here, guys. Sorry, everything is literally reversed on the camera. So, got that Aware right there. I also have the Atmo 2 Pro. My Atmo 2 Pro is killing it compared to my Aware. I mean, it's only a difference of like 2 or 3 sometimes planet tokens, But my Atmo tube almost never misses those daily max rewards. I had a little bit of an outage the other day just because my Wi-Fi went down, so my Helium miner was also down. That is the one downside of that. But I also do have my Atmo tube paired to a totally separate phone because I have my iPhone here, and as you know, those Atmo tubes do not pair well with iPhones. Okay. Dirk, you got one type 4. You're waiting on 5 more to come. Wow. Okay, nice. Are you assuming you probably ordered all awares then? I'll just assume you've got all awares. Yeah, so I've got 4, 5. I got 4 or 5 awares supposed to be coming soon. I ordered sometime early November. I'm not really sure when those are going to get here. I'm really hoping before February, especially with how things are looking on the network and that recycle bin depleting. I honestly might cancel 2 of those and maybe only have 2 coming, and then end up trying to get my hands on some more of these Sense Edge minis and get into that Type 3 area. Okay. You're only tier 1 block in my area. That's good. Yeah, I wish I could. I wish they would just update their information because I'm pretty sure my area would be tier 1, and I'd be able to make a lot more. But what can you do? You can't make anyone do that. But so yeah, I am definitely looking to get my hands on quite a few of these Type 3 ones. I am excited to see what they announced for their Types 2 sensors. I think they did release a picture prototype of what it looked like. Not my favorite design, but I'm excited to see when they come out with that. That would be pretty huge because that recycle bin for Type 2 is building up quite a bit, so there'll be plenty in there. How do you tell if you're in a tier 1 area? Okay, let me try and pull this up. I'm going to switch back here just to make sure that none of my information is going to be popped up on the screen. Planet Watch. So you need to go to the Planet Watch Explorer, Dirk, and I'm trying to pull it up here. Going really slow because I'm obviously live streaming. So on the Planet Watch Explorer map, sorry, it's still pulling up. Let's see here. Okay, I think I got it. Okay, so on the Planet Watch Explorer map up here, you can see it right there. If you can go ahead and click your little location button, find your location. I'm just looking at Utah because that is where I am from. And when you zoom in enough, you can click. Oh, gotta zoom in a little more. You can click right down here. It says Tier 1. So if you do click that, you can see all of these purple areas are Tier 1 areas. So if you do happen to live inside of one of these purple areas, then that means you're in a Tier 1 area, meaning you can get those Tier 1 rewards. If you live even barely outside, I don't think they're going to count it, even if they're literally right on the other border of this street right here, unless you maybe spoof your location a little bit, but I think they are pretty serious about that location stuff. But you could probably get away with it, I guess. Maybe. But for me, I am in an area where there is it should be a Tier 1 area, but it's not because I have not updated these maps in forever. So yeah, definitely if you're in a Tier 1 area, that Type 1 sensor is 100% worth it. I think a lot of people ordered those Type 1 sensors not realizing that they won't make the same money if they are not in the Tier 1 area. It's significantly less actually if they're not in the Tier 1 area. So make sure you're in a Tier 1 area definitely before you buy one if you are on the waiting list. But I'm sure though, if you even do buy one, and you decide, you're not in a Tier 1 area or it's not going to work, you probably will be able to resell these for a lot. Now, I definitely don't suggest that. I hate resellers. I hate them so much. They are the bane of my existence. Okay, everyone. So, that seems like a pretty good live there. We've been rolling for almost 45 minutes. Yeah, French Penguin, 66 plants versus 133. So that is a huge difference if you are in the tier 1 area. What map program is this? This is the Planet Watch for Planet Watch here. This is how you tell if you're in a good area for one of those type 1 or type 2 sensors too. They do have their own recycling bin. Yeah, that is true. Rewards will definitely not be near as good though if you're not in that tier 1 area. But okay, guys, I think we might end the stream here. I mean, that was pretty okay for a first live stream. I think we'll definitely get better as we go on here. But so, thank you everyone for coming out to the live stream. This was a good one, guys. Make sure to subscribe. Here we go. Move that right there for you so you can see it nice and clear. So make sure to subscribe, guys. It's been fun. Let's definitely do this again. We'll do this again. We'll talk about more things. We'll definitely go over Hotspot, Helium miners. Maybe we'll do even a Planet Watch one, Planet Watch Lab, or kind of just combine them all into one. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching. It's been pretty fun. Peace.